What's happening, y'all? It's your host, Mosethegreat, Day Late Dollar Short News, man. Go ahead and tap that like button, man. Today's topic, we talking about black Southsiders, black Southern Latinos. Well, they're not actually black Latinos. Black men who join Latino gangs, in other words. I've had my encounters with a lot of them. I had a couple of homeboys who went to that side, man. One of them named Spook from the Vadio Bakers, and the other one, man, I'ma just call him B for the sake of this video, man. And he was from the Loma. Them was the homies, man. We don't have the same animosity and vitriol towards Southern gangs as far as the Crips and the Bloods go out here, towards Latino gangs out here in Bakersfield, California. There are minor little scrimmages. We've had run-ins. I've actually told a story about a riot that we had at Bakersfield High School. If you care to go check that out, you can go watch that. Of course, in the county jail, it goes up. Mexicans on blacks, squabbling and poking and all that. You know what I'm saying? Little riots and shit. That was the first time I've ever experienced anything like that, far as like animosity and racism from on a black, because we grew up, with Mexicans, man. My neighbors were Mexican. So I didn't know nothing about that until I hit the county jail. In Long Beach and in East LA, it's a lot different, There's a lot of hostility on the Latino side towards black men. The Longos, in Compton, the T-Flats, Boyle Heights, all of those areas are very anti-black. They write NK on the wall and things of that nature. If you're a black man and you join a Latino gang, it's treason. We was in Susanville one time, and it was a black dude from 18th Street named Negro. And the homies was like, man, if it go up with the essays, bro, we got to get cuz first off the bat. In my 4 extra voice, man, we got to get dude first, because that's just what it is. Like, we wasn't pushing the issue on him or pressing the line. Like, when Hispanic Crips hit the yard, back then, 9 times out of 10, they were getting attacked. It was this white dude who pulled up he was from Oregon, because we was in Susanville, so, I don't know how he ended up there, but he's from a gang. And I don't know if y'all know this gang, man, drop it in the comments, man. If it's anybody from Oregon that know this gang, y'all drop it in the comment. But he said he from Sick-Minded Crip. You know what I'm saying? And he was a Wood. He was a white man. Well, I'm saying Wood because that's what they align themselves, and that's what they call themselves. So they align themselves with the Wood Pal, the Wood Car. But anyway, he hit the yard. And nobody knew him. None of the Crips knew him, of course, because he's from Oregon, and it wasn't nobody on the yard that I know of was from Oregon. So the Woods approached the Crips, and he was, mingling with the Crips, and they wanted to holler at old boy, and they did. And the blacks stood down and let the Woods attack him because they didn't know him. Which I felt kind of a way about it, because he represents Crip, but it's like that, you know what I'm saying? Because if nobody knows you, nobody's going to vouch for you or jump in that beef with you, especially if you're not from Los Angeles. The majority of the people that was up there at the time were from Los Angeles, different factions of Hoover. There was some Compton, Atlanta Drive, Compton Crips there. Shout out to the homie Devil. He was there. But other than that, it was pretty much all. It was only 4 dudes from my town. You know what I'm saying? Me, Thundercat, the homie Lamb. There was an older dude named Dennis. You know what I'm saying? That was, oh yeah. The homie Ray Dog was up there with us from M Street as well. But things was a lot different back then. But back on topic, man. Back like I never left. Far as being a black Southsider is the ultimate form of disrespect and treason. And I say that to say this. I say that because of this. Is because Sureños by default are racist towards blacks. I mean, that ain't no secret, man. Everybody know that, you know. By default, when a riot crack off, you're gonna have to go attack black men and stab other black men. And I heard Neil Desai say it's, you know, it's the same on the street. It ain't no difference. Like it's some gang stuff. No, it turned real racial real fast, man. When blacks get into it with Mexicans, Woods, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They get to throwing derogatory slang, and you know what I'm saying? It get way deeper than some gang stuff. When you beefing with somebody that's not your kind, that's not your tribe. You dig what I'm saying? And they make it real racial by writing derogatory and inflammatory things about black people on the wall. And, you know, so do blacks. Once they start engaging in it, of course, you know, we're going to start engaging in that as well. I'm not going to say who started what or who did what, because to be honest, you know, I don't know. This shit been going on before I was born, especially in Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not like that out here. It's little minor scrimmages and stuff, but in prison, you know, when I was doing time, it was like that. You know, a couple of little instances would pop off like that, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, my only advice to a black Southsider is, man, you need to square up, man. You need to come on home, man. You need to join if you want to bang, you know what I'm saying? But who am I to tell you what to do, man? There's a lot of black people who grew up predominantly in Hispanic areas, you know what I'm saying? So that's why they bang what they bang. I don't get it, you know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm not supposed to get it. Maybe it's not none of my business, man. But, you know, I feel like if you're a black man and you banging a Southsider set, man, that is the highest form of treason, man. And like I said, where I was at, me and my homies and motherfuckers from wherever they was from, and you was black, Crip, Blood, Piru, Hoover, whatever you was banging, like, we aiming towards the black Southsider first, for sure, for sure. You know what I'm saying? You finna get it first. We're gonna attack you first because we don't know what type of time you on, man. But that's just my little brief synopsis on the situation surrounding black Southsiders. I was inspired to do this video from Hoodie Hood and the Haters World and a host of other people who have been speaking on this topic. So hit that like button, man, so this video goes out all off into the algorithm, man. We out, man.